What's going on? It's Grandpa Duck Nathan here. We're doing just a quick casual video a couple of days now into the Gaza ceasefire without really more significant news. There's some stuff about the hostages. But just as an American and as someone who does have a little bit of that cosmopolitan mindset, I'm going to talk why I'm not anti Zionism, not anti Israel, and I still don't really support Israel, and I didn't support this war. And so Israel is a very close friend to the United States. There's a good reason why. The Jewish people historically have undergone a lot. Being a stateless people does have geopolitical and game theoretic consequences. Who would have thought? Right? That's a joke. Obviously, like that's obvious. It's the case. It's always the case that the United States can say, well, Israel is, even with anti-Semitism, is in a unique geopolitical position. And so, without being experts on regional politics and without being experts on how other states need to conduct their geopolitics, the United States can still say, well, we support Israel, and there's also lines and things that we have to defer to experts in order to understand. And without understanding things, we should imagine that things collectively get worse for us. And this is part of the problem with when we accept that social media, that the new media, whatever that turned out to be, that traditional media, and really the myopic focus that seems to sprout up, the like what I would describe as almost genocidal reporting whenever there's a conflict or a war. And we're not actually supporting people that are victims of that conflict. We're not supporting the risk that we're actually taking on. We're supporting a very egotistical drive for advertising dollars and for viewership. We're staying within those lines. When we give that pressure and that power, we take our ability to understand geopolitics off the table. You no longer have these sensical conversations. You end up becoming a person that prays to a single God. There's always questions as to why that is. And, this sort of came up in another video that, if, Noam Chomsky would encourage us without taking a side to say, well, if your president is a murderer, what good outcome are you going to get out of anything? If your prime minister is a murderer, what are you going to get out of anything? And how do you say that from the privileged position of the United States?